Hey guys, welcome back to Real Geek, and this week I'm going to be reviewing the movie Shazam. Shazam is the 7th movie in the DCEU, and it's definitely a direct change from the previous movies from earlier in the beginning. This is actually the first live-action film since the 1941 Adventures of Captain Marvel, which is kind of like a miniseries that had 12 chapters in it. It's kind of funny that Marvel put out Captain Marvel around the same time that DC put out Shazam. You know, technically, Shazam was originally Captain Marvel before Marvel's Captain Marvel. Weird, but it had to do with licensing and stuff like that, but that's another story. Captain Marvel was directed by David F. Sandberg, he's known for his small indie horror films. He did Lights Out in 2013, and he also did Annabelle, the Creation, that came out 2 years ago. Zachary Levi stars as the title character Shazam. Asher Angel plays Billy Batson. Mark Strong plays the antagonist Dr. Theodis Savannah. Jack Dylan Grazer plays Freddy, which is Billy Batson's foster brother. And Jaemoon Honsu plays Shazam, the ancient wizard who gives Billy Batson the powers of Shazam. So Shazam in a nutshell is basically Billy Batson is a 14-year-old orphan who goes from home to home because he keeps on running away, trying to find his biological mother. Goes into a family group foster home, and he meets up with 5 other siblings, including Freddy. Then one day he rides a subway and he gets transported to another realm or dimension where he meets the ancient wizard Shazam. And from there, the ancient wizard gives Billy Batson his power. Whenever Billy Batson says the word Shazam, he turns into the mighty superhero, Shazam. Now, Shazam is a very different tone movie from the previous installments of DCEU. It's just fun, it's funny, and has some action in it. And it's very lighthearted too, compared to the previous movies that were pretty dark and serious tone. A lot of people say it's a mix between Tom Hanks' film Big and Superman. Put those together and you get this movie, Shazam. The movie is definitely entertaining. It'll keep you entertained from start to finish. Now, be it there's some slow parts of the movie that kind of slows it down, but it picks right back up and it keeps you entertained from throughout the movie. Probably the best part of the movie is the dynamic between Shazam and Freddy. When they go back and forth and they're just hanging out and just being friends, it's pretty funny, and the stuff that goes on is pretty funny. Especially when you get into the liquor store scene, and just that whole scene was pretty funny. It kept me laughing. For the kind of film that it is, it has some good character development throughout the whole movie. I mean, each character has like some development that you're interested in and you just care for the character. Even for Dr. Savannah, when you learn about his history, you kind of feel for the character, but at the same time, he's a bad guy, so you kind of just not root for him. Either way, there's good character development throughout the whole movie in all the characters, and I had no complaint about that. The only bad thing to take away from the movie is when you get to the third act of the movie, it gets kind of anticlimactic because it builds it up and then it gets to this fight scene, and it's not all that grand as you would think that it would be the end of the movie. It was supposed to be the last battle, but it's a small gripe. You're still entertained anyway, but they could have maybe polished it up a little bit more better and made it a little bit more grand on the schemes. You know, it's Shazam. He's like a really big character. Now, like I said, there's some small gripes in the movie. I don't have a lot of them. You know, some of the pacing is kind of off, but you kind of overlook that eventually. And either way, I can't stress how much I say this, but you're entertained no matter what. All in all, Shazam is a good movie. It's definitely a stark contrast to the earlier DC movies like Man of Steel or Suicide Squad or that of nature. It's definitely a different term, but for the good. And I see DC actually playing catch up right now with Marvel, but you know, Marvel took 10 years to make those 21 movies to get to where they're at, and DC kind of came in the middle of that, and they stumbled at first, but they got to start somewhere, and be in the direction that they're going with different directors and different kind of feel to the movies. It's definitely a win for DC. So from a rating for Shazam, I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 Shazams. I thought maybe I would turn into Shazam or something if I say Shazam. Guess not. So what do you guys think about Shazam? Have you seen it? Are you going to see it? Do you think that DC is actually turning for the better, or do you think they're just playing copycat with Marvel? Well, leave it in the comments down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that notification bell. You're supposed to be about once a week. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.